I have the honor of serving as the police chief here in the city of Surprise, and the privilege of welcoming all of you here today and thanking you for coming and joining us as we formally kick off our Drive-Wise Surprise traffic safety campaign. And let me start by saying I think just the name and description itself gives an idea of what this message and campaign is about. So before I start giving some detailed description about that, let me start with why we're here. Why this campaign now? Why today? And there's two key components that drive this. Number one, at the heart of all we do as your police department is the strength of our relationship here in the community. And a key aspect of that is listening to your needs and responding appropriately. I have the privilege, the honor throughout the year of traveling around the city, engaging with our community at a variety of events. And one of the things that I hear, the feedback that I get, the message that's been sent loud and clear to me from our community members is that a public safety priority is traffic safety. That is clear. So with that information in this hand, the other thing we look at is data. And here's some things that we know for sure. The city of Surprise right now is the 5th fastest growing city in the country. That's a really good thing, but we also have to recognize that with that growth, we're seeing additional traffic on our roadways, more traffic volume. As a result, we are seeing a commensurate number of increase of accidents. We are seeing, for example, last year we saw a 10% increase in our traffic collisions. The year before that, 8%. The year before that, 6%. So this is a trend that we're seeing. The data supports that we need to take proactive measures. So with those two key components in our hands, we started having conversations. How do we best address this? Here's what we know from our experience. Enforcement alone is never the best answer. Whether we're talking about traffic safety, drug concerns, property crime issues, enforcement alone is not, has not been, and will never be the best answer. The most effective solution that we have is working with our community. So knowing this, we sat down and started having some collaborative conversation. And I began working with our Public Works Department, overseen by Mr. Mike Gent, our Communications Department, overseen by Diane Arthur, and her incredible staff, and I'll get into some of the creativity that they've provided for us in this campaign. But we started working on messaging. How can we involve our community? How can we create engagement, education, awareness? How can we work together to most effectively attack this problem? And so what we came up with is our Drive-Wise Surprise campaign. And I'm going to share with you a little bit of these traffic signs that are to my left and right in just a moment. But the campaign itself involves a number of aspects, the key to which is communication and engagement with our community. So we look to do that through a number of things. One are the traffic signs that you see to my right and left. Also engagement with the media, social media engagement, public service announcements. It will be a key topic at any community engagement event that we attend from here moving forward. And frankly, enforcement is going to be an aspect of that. We will increase enforcement in areas that we identify as having appropriate needs in that area during appropriate times. That will be an aspect to drive the message of this campaign forward. So all of that combined is what will make up the beginning of this sustainable campaign that we intend to include or to continue indefinitely. I'm going to try this and hope this works for me. But I want to just come over here and show you some of this incredible artwork that our city staff came up with. And these are signs that we're going to start seeing all around the city. And the first one, what are you missing? And as you'll notice in each sign, the Drive-Wise Surprise logo is on the bottom. But the first one starts with what are you missing? In other words, if you're distracted, if you're not focused on what's going on around you, what potential hazards are in your way? The second one, tailgating is only fun in sports. I'm sure none of us have ever been in a situation where you've seen tailgating or been tailgated, and it doesn't make anybody nervous, right? Of course it does, and accidents can happen exponentially more when people are not giving themselves time and distance behind other vehicles. This next one I think is self-explanatory. There's no need for speed. We need to obey the speed limit laws that are out there. They are there for all of our safety. As I step over here, don't compete, share the street. I'm going to talk about this more in a few seconds, but essentially what we're saying is, let's share the roadway with one another. And then the final one, there's no autocorrect for bad driving. In other words, folks, no do-overs. If your bad driving or someone else's inattention leads to an accident, we can't undo that. It's already happened. People are already having a bad day, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So the message from the campaign is simple enough. Drive wise, surprise. But the meaning is far deeper than that. The meaning says we are all one community. When we're out on the roadways, whether you're in an automobile, you're on a motorcycle, a bicycle, a golf cart, or you're out for a walk, we all share these roads together. We are one community and we need to look out for one another. The other folks on the road, those are your neighbors. They're us. They're our neighbors. That's our loved ones out there. If we can just make a small effort to be more focused, more compassionate, more patient, we can go a long way in increasing the traffic safety in our city. It's very simple. Drive wise, surprise. Thank you.
Bad driving affects us all. The population is up, and so are accidents. So when you're on the road, think safe and pay attention. One bad decision can impact a life forever. Drive wise, surprise.